Sure guys, welcome to another gardening video on my channel. My name is Spunks. So yeah guys, today I'm gonna show you how to grow tomatoes from tomatoes. Then you can have a little baby like this, just a little stukunuku like this. It's pretty easy, it's pretty simple, and it's just very natural, which I really like. The only issue would be probably the separating and transplanting of the tomatoes, but I'll guide you through that. And yeah, we're gonna go through this together. I hope you enjoy. Let's get into it, man. Okay guys, so first I'm gonna show you how to actually grow tomatoes from tomatoes, and it's very easy, very simple. The only thing that you need are either rotten tomatoes or store-bought tomatoes, whichever one it is, or ones that fell off from a tomato plant. And what you do is literally just leave it on the ground and let it die. Let it die, let nature take its course, and that's all you do. The quicker method, if you don't have that time, what you could do is bury it, and then in that way it will be quicker to decompose. I'm sure you could take out the tomato seeds from these and then dry it, but I think that's also just a longer method. So for me personally, just leave it on the ground and let nature do what it does. At first I was like, okay, but then how is it gonna grow? It needs, whatever, it needs to dry and stuff, and it doesn't. All you just need to do is just put it on the soil, or you could bury it. Another method is that you could cut it up and then put it onto the ground, and then in that way it will grow as well. But for me, this is probably the best method, just leaving it on there and letting them grow. As you can see here, we have a yellow pear tomato here, and look, already here there's one growing, and you can see that it's just been crushed up, but it's growing from the seeds that were in the tomato. So for me, this is the most easiest and quickest method. You see, like this, literally I just left this and I just let it die on the ground, and look what happens. As you can see, there's just the leftovers of the seeds, and they'll grow back, and they just grow back with just more plants. So that's the method that I use. Lots of just tomatoes just laying around in the garden, just left in the garden, just everywhere. There's some there, there's some in the shade right there. So yeah, man, there's a lot in this patch. I think the most convenient one will be to lay the rotten tomatoes onto the ground, because we all have tomatoes when we've left them in the house for too long, and then we just throw them away. Instead of throwing them away, we can literally just grow more tomatoes from the tomato. So just lay it on the ground, make sure that there's seeds. The only thing that really worries me about this method is it's just that they clump together. That's the only issue that I may have. But yeah, man, I think also now I just need to separate and transplant these out, and then put them in different places, and yeah, we'll go through that together. Okay, so I feel like when they're in clumps like this, I think it's better to take all of them out and just separate them in that way. Okay, but then when there's like not a lot of them together, then I would say maybe you can just pluck them out. So I think the first thing to remember is to not mess up the root of the tomato. So get like a lot of soil, as much soil as you can get, and just plug it out. See, like that, just to not disturb the roots. And then as you can see, now they're in clumps. So you want this type of system, just so that they're all intact, all the roots are intact, and yeah, it'll be easier in this way to transplant them. So the first thing to do is just to make a hole, and then grab 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 one of the tomatoes, with the soil intact. So okay, you see, as this, I didn't really do a good job of taking the tomato out with the soil, but at least it's still clinging on to one of the soils. It's still clinging onto the soil a bit, and then you just put it in there with the soil. You just lay it in there, and then you cover there, and that's it. That's literally it. Just make sure that the tomatoes have enough space to grow when you are transplanting, just so that they're not crowded out. And yeah, guys, you should be okay. And then make sure to water. I think it's preferred that you do this when it's a cloudy day, just so that there's not too much stress on the plant. And I'm just gonna do this for the rest of these. Even if you don't keep it in the soil, it's okay. As long as the root is there, then it's okay, and you should be fine. Don't stress too much. Yeah, guys, so I hope you enjoyed. If there's anything you didn't understand or you just want more detail on, put it in the comments and I'll get to that. I hope you guys enjoyed. Hope you have a beautiful day. Love, peace, grow something.